What's going on, Pokemon League Championship fans? Oh, actually, hang on. Watch out, Austin. Switch from this hat. Go bald for a second. Boom. There we go. Pokemon PLC 10 hat. That's the one to wear. Alright, what's going on, Pokemon League Championship fans? It's me, your host, aka Murray, Ian, whatever you want to call me. And oh, thanks for subscribing again, Beekman. I actually got like a random like $57 from Twitch like a week or two ago. I was like, what the fuck? So I appreciate it, guys, when you do sub and as always with me today I have Speakman. Thanks for joining me. We are good so far. Gonna mute this conversation so when they talk, you guys don't hear them because they talk a lot. And we got the desk phone running, so we're good to go. We're gonna start this week off. We're a little late as per usual. I mean, we were doing good this season actually. I just had a call at the last minute. You guys know the score. If I get a call, I'm gonna go away for a second. Speakman's gonna handle commentary. We got a bunch of matches, so we really don't have time to lollygag here. I will go ahead and get us to the stream so we can switch. Just turn off mid-season, and this brings us to our week 6, which is the standings, and we are good to go there. So on the standings, you'll notice that we have quite a few matches. I mean, it's the same, normal, is no, whatever. Anyway, Jordan versus SB is a recorded match. Justin versus Sakuna is not. I'm going to run through these real quick if you don't mind, Speakman. All right, perfect. So, Justin versus Sakuna. Now, that would have been a great match to watch. I would have liked to see that one. They're both, I don't want to say like players of equal skill because I don't think necessarily that that's the case. They're both not at the same tier as the higher level players. Um, yeah, it's really difficult to turn the volume down on this, Austin. You see, if you have to go to like audio adjust and then, but you'll figure it out. Anyway, so they battled. It was a 2-0 in Justin's favor. Sorry, it was Justin versus Kuna. 2-0 in Justin's favor. So that's awesome for him and or them. I know that they were looking for a win. So congratulations. I know Gantz is also looking for a win there. So a little rough, but she's had a rough season. She's in it for the love of the game, and she's doing her best. Honestly, she's had some really good scores recently, even on the lower tier or the higher tier players. So I don't think she has anything necessarily to be ashamed about this season yet. Yet at least. Now, Dan versus Jay. Do we have a recording? I don't think we have a recording of that one. Yeah, because Dan refused to get a capture card and Jay just cannot find his. So that was a 4 in Dan's favor. So Dan took that one, continuing his win streak. So congratulations, that's awesome. Um, but yeah, the win streak goes on with Dan. So he's going into an undefeated season into week 7. So past the halfway point, went undefeated. I think we did the math like normally on seasons, once you hit 7 wins, you're in the playoffs. It's like that's just what it is. You're gonna be in the playoffs. We just don't know what position you're gonna be yet. So if Dan Yeah, I don't think we're doing play-ins this season. I think we're going like I don't remember exactly how Jordan set it up, but I think it's like the first week is not necessarily play-ins, but it is a best of one. I'm not sure. We'll get to that when we get there, but yeah, no play-ins necessarily, but yeah, so he pretty much is guaranteed a spot in playoffs. I mean, even if he were to lose all 6 remaining matches, like he has such a high score right now that it would be hard to see Dan not making playoffs. But that would be, I would say, if anybody, Dan is the only person presently who is locked in to playoffs of some capacity. Um, so that's pretty safe bet. If I'm wrong by the end of this, if Dan just loses 6 times the next 6 weeks by 6 or some shit, and like, yeah, Exactly. There's really not much wiggle room for him to not make playoffs, but that is what it is. So moving on, we also that is recorded. Okay, we got mine recorded, that one recorded. Now Selena versus Brian is not a recorded match. That was a 4-0 in Selena's favor. Now you would know that if you read what Selena said. Hang on. It is great so far. Sorry, my boss message. Oh, you know what? They probably can't hear you. Hang on. I realize this now. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Say something. Yeah, no, they didn't. Speakman didn't talk too much this time around, but here. Now you should be able to hear him. Speakman.
Can you hear me? Can
Oh,
you hear me,
a little
guys?
too loud there, honestly. Let me turn that down
Am
a
I
little bit.
still here?
Fix it, man. Ty, why
Do
you
you love me?
always. You're always coming in hot, Ty. Always coming in hot. Alright, say something. Uh, uh, Alright, so now I actually do have to turn down the volume a little bit because at max volume you actually come in hard. Now try it.
Okay, can you hear me? Am I
They
am
should
I
be good.
good now?
They should. You guys, he's
Am I
good, right?
deafening? Am I still using hyper voice? Have I used the throat spray?
Alright, no complaints so far. I'm assuming that you're good. The volumes should be fine by now. Anyway, sorry guys. I had to mess up the volumes a little bit because I had to re-record my match with Ty because because there was audio recording on the tie. I actually forgot to turn off my mic when and I was in the stream channel, so like people were talking around me. So I had to re-record my match with Ty, and so I had to change the audio outputs to like fuck with the the audio. It's weird. Don't worry about it. All right, I re-recorded it. Okay. Um. So that is.
I turned myself down a little bit. Am I a little bit better, guys?
No, I think you're probably fine.
No, they're
Honestly,
saying I'm still loud.
well, yeah, but I turned you down after that.
No, okay.
So, and let me see. Yeah, I have you at 200%. So let me bring you down to 100%.
I brought my own input down to 80%. So
Yeah, I brought you back down to 100%. So I guess previously you had been coming in light. I don't know. Whatever, guys. All right, can we move
we'll
on?
we'll we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Last match that's not recorded is Jalen versus Phil. Now, all right, well, back to the Selena one. You would know that Selena won if you saw her post of the match, because one, she posted her match, and two, every time this season that she has lost, when she posts, she'll be like, I might as well, like, not play anymore or whatever however she says it and she posts, but this time she was like, who wins? Like, like who wins this week? Find out this week on the
Ooh,
stream.
mystery.
So we all pretty much knew that she had won by by that post because she was excited. So, but Selena actually won against Brian by 4, so that was a pretty impressive match. And then finally, the last non-recorded, which is a bummer, is Jalen versus Phil, and Phil gets his win finally by 2. So he picks up a dub there, and that would have been a good match to watch. But we can't watch it. So moving on,
Tragic.
guys. Yes,
So
absolutely,
tragic.
absolutely tragic. Everybody thinks so. Um, but yeah, moving on to the next one, which is going to be the recorded matches. So we're gonna boop pull up the standings. That becomes the very first one, which if anybody was watching the fight night on Thursday would know what the first match is, and it is Zach versus Speakman. So
I'm determined to not have a match not be in the first two this season. Every match is dog shit.
hey,
Good play is overrated.
I mean, at least it's not your fault necessarily this time. But uh, so Zach versus Speakman. Apparently, you guys had to reschedule a couple times. Like there was,
Oh,
and
this was not we had to. This was both of us were just like, we're not feeling it today. Like it was kind of unanimous, kind of like fuck it, we'll move it to the next time. We'll move it to Saturday. Fuck it, we'll do tomorrow.
And that
Fuck it, we'll move it to next Thursday. And
in the mid season they kind of had that luxury too. So they basically took their mid season break the week before, like Ty and I basically did, because I was moving, and Ty was like, we can reschedule. So he took his week bye week early, and then they played much like me and Ty on the actual bye week eventually. So that's this match, and I am ready to kick it off if you are. I had to bring it to 38 seconds.
yep, I'm with you.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
I'm good.
All right, one, two, three, and go.
So to add to the backstory of this match, both Zach and I rouletted our teams. Which I wasn't prepared for Zach to roulette his team. I was going to roulette my team because after the fun I've been having with it this season, I said, fuck it, let's just continue to do it.
I've been doing it. I've been doing it
It's
every
been
week.
so much fun. It's been so
It's
much
a
fun.
really fresh way to attack your team con. Like,
The one issue I've had with it is that it keeps giving me like wheezing, which thank God I don't have to deal with that anymore. But so the team comp it gave me was Wheezing, Donphan, Belly Bolt, and Quaquavel, which I did not want to bring as my four. I was like, these are the worst four options, honestly. Zach's were four good Pokemon.
interesting. So you guys did the normal, the four.
Yep, four pick
do
two.
four, pick two. Gotcha. Now the alternative to that, outside of actually just doing six roulette, is one of the things that Philip does is Philip will do all six, but he has the ability to swap two, any two. So
That's what I did for the week that I played Selena. Was just like pick a bunch of roulette a bunch of things and then just like kind of swap a couple. But I like roulette four pick two.
yeah, that's a good. I'll probably do that with Bosch this week, honestly.
I'm gonna do it with Brendan.
It's really difficult to mess that up, honestly, too. So we're going for the Intimidate drop here. Now, Speakman doesn't know this, but we did get the team preview, so this is Ability Shield for the Wheezing.
Yep. I honestly kind of expected it to either be Ability Shield or a healing item. Because I was like, this bird seems really important against my team.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I honestly thought it was going to be a Pinch Berry more than I thought it was going to be Ability Shield. But I completely understand the Ability Shield.
Makes sense. Oh, he got the Fable in.
Yeah, so I haven't done anything yet this game.
Yeah, what exactly has happened so far? Like, we're 3
two
minutes
fake
in.
outs, a protect, a coaching, and a high horsepower into a slot that became a flying type.
Interesting.
I'm like, yeah, Mienshao just kind of needs to get out here. I don't want it to die. Donphan's chilling at -1 attack. We're just living life. And I'm like, fuck it. Let's just bring out the Belly Bolt. And get used to this.
These two, okay, interesting. They just eat it. They eat good.
Yep.
Okay, Electromorphosis comes out, or Morphus. Morphosis.
Yeah, seeing the ability shield there, I was like, oh, that's that's interesting. I kind of expected it, but I'm with getting rid of it.
Now it's gone, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yep. And to give a little insight into Zach's game plan, Zach went into this match thinking I'm really gonna have to rely on Staraptor, especially once he saw the team and saw that I had brought Quaquavel, and had brought Slacking, because Staraptor is just his important piece to just make it so that those kind of get invalidated.
That makes sense.
So you'll see a lot of defensive play from him on exactly this Staraptor, and I think it's a really good idea.
I like that, you know, players like Zach and other people like have that sort of awareness in the battle. Like when I'm in the battle, I'm in the battle. Like I'm not really thinking about like, oh, he has this in the back still. Like I can't lose my answer to that. You know, and I think that's what really makes a little bit of a difference in player skill. Like I'm right there, like under Zach and Aris, but like I don't put enough thought into my end game while I'm in the match. Like I think about it when I make teams, but I don't think about like, oh, I need to protect this piece above all else. Like when I have things out there and I'm not in a good position, most of the time I won't even switch. First of all, and second of all, if I do switch, it's not usually because I'm like, I need this for later. Although I guess we'll see. My match this week is very interesting.
Yeah, I no thoughts had emptied this game. I was like, my goal is to keep Quavel plus Mienshao alive in the back, so that I can try and Quavel Mienshao sweep once the Staraptor is dead, because Quavel plus Mienshao beats his entire team at that point.
That's hilarious. And he's intimately aware of that, so he is.
Yep, he has to play around that.
Trying his absolute damnedest to not have that happen.
Both of us know what my win con is expected to be in the late game.
So, let me ask you a question. So, Ty's in here just like talking about the obvious, right? Like he just knows about the sand veil, right? No.
Yeah, this is just a very, very silly game. Surviving the high horsepower, because I did actually calc for that. This is max defense, max HP. I don't give a fuck if discharge kills or not. I'm just trying to fish for paralyses. So we get the paralysis and the Tyranitar.
And you killed the Staraptor, so...
Yep. So now I know that the Quavel endgame is probably insured, because with no healing on the Clefable, it cannot survive an Aqua Step. And I knocked off the berry on it earlier, so...
It's dead.
Also, I'm tracking the Tailwind turns, and this is the last turn of Tailwind, if I'm not mistaken. Zach thinks about Quiver Dancing here, and he really should have.
Yeah, I have a hard time with mid-game setups too. Like, it's a rough call to be like in the middle of a game, like literally, like you have 3.
No, it didn't, Ty. This is the turn that Tailwind ends. And I know because I double protect to get the last turn of Tailwind out.
See, you should have known that, Ty. You should have saw this turn and known that. Should have been obvious.
The other nice thing is that by making sure that I double protect there, I ensure that if the Volcarona is focus sashed, it no longer can be it no longer can survive any hit.
And that thing is bulky if it's resisted, but it's easy to kill.
Yeah. So now we see the bullshit part of the game. Up to this point, it was a completely reasonable game of, okay, we're doing things are happening. And then Zach misses Giga Drain because of Sand Veil.
Which he should have known.
At -2, Rock Slide does less than 50% to this Volcarona. And then we get the paralysis on the cat. And then we get the paralysis on Volcarona.
Oh my god. Zach must have
This was... So, my luck has been just catastrophically bad in every game up to now. this game is the game where my luck is just the actual best that it has ever been.
That's, I mean, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. You know, I gotta say, I wait for my match because I have some things to talk about specifically that kind of relate to those. But I want to wait till my match.
Fair enough.
I'm sure Zach was seething. Now you can tell that Zach is upset when he's in chat by the fact that he stops talking. He will stop talking completely, and then what you'll hear every once in a while is a or like a
Yep.
like that. That's when Zach is not having a good time. And I will say that having him as a co-host on a live final match stream that he's in, not great.
Rough.
Not
Yeah.
great when that happened. And like he would like at one point I remember this is season 2, so this was still early for him. It's his first year, you know, blah blah blah. But at one point he tells me to stop. He's like, "Shut up, dude! I'm trying to play." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm streaming." Like, like
Yeah,
we.
and then Zach just plays into the double protect, and it's oh. And yes, the video quality did just like decide to shit the bed.
That's because his
Uh,
laptop's not the best. Honestly, I need him
yeah.
to like bring his equipment to me or send it to me, and I'll fucking fix it up. I mean, whatever. Like, I'll fix your shit, Zach. Let me fix stuff for you.
I was shocked that it didn't like shit out during the sandstorm particles. You know?
So it's actually not about the for his computer. It's not about the data coming in. Actually, um, it's about its ability to process everything that's happening. So it's not like the amount of video that's coming in, right? Like so because there's more
Yeah.
stuff
No, I
happening.
getcha.
It's just the video coming in, and the computer just like can't.
And then the Volcarona doesn't attack because it's paralyzed. I mean, it was just like this Volcarona did absolutely nothing. Call it Brendan's motherfucking Dondozo because it did no damage and died.
Shout out to Jay with the best comment of the week. Zach's anger got the laptop acting up. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, Zach was.
And
I
this
I
belly
was
bolt
I
a la
was
Brendan, man.
deafened, and I went. Zach is probably seething right now.
Yeah. Honestly,
Zach, you know I feel bad about this happening to you.
bro, we all feel
But
bad
in
in
the
those
same time,
situations, man.
Zach picked up Lycanroc and went, I'm gonna relive Season 3 playoffs. And apparently the world decided to take that personally.
Season 3 playoffs, for those of you that don't know, is the playoffs that Zach won. Now, it was against Mike, and the reason, I mean, it's not like significant.
Oh, no. The reason I bring it up, and he brought it up, is because he had Lycanroc on his team, and Lycanroc flinched me 5 turns in a row with Rock Slide to win him the game.
That makes sense. And then silly little guy does a Thunderbolt into Water Tyrannosaurus. He just terrored for the shigs of it. He was like, let me show
Yeah.
you, I'm water. Kill me faster, please. And that was probably exactly the sentiment that he was thinking.
Yep. No, he was like, he was like, I'm gonna try and kill this Don fan, and also show you that I was Terra Water to try and,
At least get the 5-0 maybe, you know, try for it.
yeah, it's just.
So nobody likes a 6-0. I'm sorry. I mean, we don't like watching it. Nobody likes living it.
No, no.
It is what it is. Um, sorry, it happens. Now this match, this is a really interesting week because it's just two completely opposite ends of the spectrum and a middle, right? So like what we're getting here is we're getting. I mean, you know how the matches go. You guys know how I schedule. So it's the quick matches, and they're all not really honestly that quick, but whatever. They're all about 13 minutes. The quick matches, and then we get to the middle area, which is actually a fairly long match and is nice. It's an interesting match. It's not great. I don't like it, but whatever. Then we get to like the close matches at the end of the week. But the getting a couple matches, it's interesting how it goes. Anyway, we'll talk about those as they come. This is Reese versus Jay Wade, and if I know anything about Reese, I know one thing about Reese, and is that he took all of my criticisms to everybody else who records to heart. I could hit play on this and it's going to start the game. I can tell you that, one. And then
Yep.
two, he always gets the naming convention right. He does capitals on the names. He does the capital V in verses. He does S10, W6. All together, he does it exactly how I like it. And like, so Arise's recordings are my favorite now because he does
Look,
it
I've been
exactly.
asking you how to fucking do it correctly.
Hey, you do it correct. I don't mean to say that, but you do it correctly. You don't post as many matches because a lot of your matches. First of all,
True.
you weren't here originally, and then a lot of your matches were with other streamers too. Like, so
Yeah.
neither here nor there. But like when I get your matches, they're perfect. But Arise's matches, like to the second, we can hit play right now. It's gonna go. So let me
Yeah.
know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. And I'm gonna turn it up a little bit because everybody records at different volumes. I don't really understand that, but everybody's volume recording is different, and so I have to adjust the percentages.
I think it's based on both your Switch volume and just OBS's input volume. Like, I have my OBS input volume turned down.
My autism is
Cause
showing, bro. It's about
Zach, go to sleep.
It's about
Go to bed. You have
organization.
work.
Yeah, he was complaining. Oh, I can't stream with you guys because I actually had to call out last week. It's like, first of all, we didn't ask you to come to the late streams because we knew you had work in the morning. And second of all, I think you really didn't come to this stream because you lost by 6. But no, I like dude, I have the whole fucking hard drive of all the seasons together. They all have the same naming convention. All the files are the same. Why would I want different files all of a sudden with different naming conventions just cluttering? I want it to look uniform. I want it to look professional. When I fucking take that hard drive to like the Pokemon Hall of Fame to enter it into the longest standing, most successful draft league of all time, I want them to be able to plug that in and access any file like it was a professional fucking job. I think that's respectable. This is an interesting league. Oh, your phone's on the floor. It was.
Ooh, we go in turn 1 Meteor Beam. Ooh. Man, if only this was the opportunist Espathra. Too bad it's a fucking dead Espathra.
You guys are getting a little preview of my office as it is right now. Now this is the office that will eventually be my wife's office once we get. I have an outside building that's just a fucking big ass room, and we have a fridge in there right now. Eventually that's gonna be my office. I'm gonna be able to do whatever I want with it. We gotta get some Ethernet cable run underground and into that building so I can just have a different router out there.
Alright, we fancy. Okay, alright.
The new house is working out. It's pretty cool. You'll notice that these doors have lattices on them. And what you might notice is that it looks kind of like, look at, is that siding, right? So this room used to be the end of the house. It used to be the backyard. They fucking
I
built
thought
the
that this
room.
was like an addition.
They built the room on top of the house, and then they turned the deck into a sunroom and got rid of the deck on the back. Like, it's crazy what they did to this house. It's insane. It's not.
No, I always think that that's
done.
really cool.
It is cool, but it wasn't professionally done. Everything was done DIY, and you can tell because none of the floors are level. But
That would.
nice
I couldn't live there. I couldn't live there. Not with
we're getting it
non-level
done.
floors.
It's gonna be 10 to 15 years of renovations, but once it's done,
Fair enough.
This will be an over $1 million house when it's done. Yeah, you can visit soon, Ty. I love when you visit, bro. I love when you show up and we hang out. And honestly, like, let me know when you're in Winston-Salem. I do have the kids right now, and my wife's pregnant. But if we could schedule it ahead of time, don't just show up to Winston-Salem and be like, "Are you free this weekend?" Like, give me a heads up. I'll set some time aside, and we can fucking hang out. Yeah, Terra Water is an interesting sorts of. But I mean, it's a great defensive typing. One and two. Is that Terra Water?
It is Terra Water, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that on the Arbo against this team, it actually makes a lot of sense.
It does make a little bit of sense, and it's a great defensive typing. And against both of these Pokemon, he had the double weakness with the Sun up, so he wanted to kind of resist a little bit more. I think it was a good choice.
Agreed.
Do they have Cookout? Not only do they have Cookout, but Winston-Salem is 20 minutes away from Lexington, North Carolina, which is considered the capital of barbecue in North Carolina.
Ooh,
so
all right.
The best barbecue in North Carolina comes from Lexington, which is 20 minutes away from Winston-Salem. And North Carolina arguably has some of the best barbecue in the country. You can argue with Texans and St. Louis people about that. I don't care. I hate St. Louis barbecue. I think it's trash. I've lived there. Don't come at me. I also lived in Texas. I think that barbecue in North Carolina is better. I fucking hate St. Louis barbecue.
I'm more of a Texas barbecue kind of guy, not a huge vinegary barbecue sauce kind of guy.
And that makes sense. You know, now a lot of North Carolina barbecue does have the mustard base, but the vinegar base is pretty popular here.
Yeah. Great Value Gambit is a crazy name for a team with only half names.
I always name my Kilowattrel Zapdos at home, and now I didn't even get to use it. I traded for the Kilowattrel, and then like nobody picked up Rotom Heat, and I was like, I'll fucking upgrade, whatever.
Dog, speaking of moves that have happened, I don't know what I did. I don't know why I picked up Excalibur. It is probably the only move I have made this season that I regret, but at the same time, it's Baxcalibur and it's funny.
Yeah, I mean...
And now I can do Bax in the snow.
You wanted to get rid of rain. You know?
That I did. I did.
I think that the best part about this season is we have a lot of players, including, like, top players that are just picking Pokemon for the love of it, for the love of the game. And they're also, like, doing shit like rouletting their Pokemon beams and shit. Like myself, Aries, like...
Not the poison on the Dusclops.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's cruel. Oh, that's cruel.
I've never seen Glamora perform better.
Yeah, pure offensive Glamora is kicking ass.
Making Gita look good.
Okay, well, let's not go that far. Let's not go that far.
See, this is why Zach isn't necessarily allowed in the stream tonight, because consistently he makes comments like this that are just like, but he'll say them on voice, on recording.
Zach is right that we should never hit Snarl in front of a mob with Defiant, but...
I love when I did that too. I think I did that to Corey, and I didn't even realize, like, because he came in, and I had already chosen Snarl, and he like landed on sticky webs and loaded his shit, and he fucking got Defiant Boost, and then I hit him with Snarl, and he got a Defiant Boost, and I was like, fuck!
Yep. Yeah, that's what we in the game call fucking wild.
I think Snarl is one of the best.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Is this the Glamora?
Nah, Glamora got switched. Because it was at -2 special, or -1 special attack.
Even after the Meteor Beam?
Meteor Beam, it put it to +1, and then it took 2 Snarls.
Okay.
Psychic Noise being a move that triggers Throat Spray is very funny.
When I was first playing Delphox, and I kind of missed it, but I just had better choices, unfortunately. When I was playing Delphox and I figured that out, I was like, what, dude? That's disgusting, bro. Like, bust off a psychic noise, turn off their healing, and then consume your throat spray, and then steal something the next turn.
It's so crazy. It's actually just like I don't even know if it's intentional, but it is one of the incidentally synergistic, like the most incidentally synergistic setups of all Pokemon.
I think that it was intentional because they wanted to give. They never gave us, even when we first got Delphox, we had just lost Flame or Flame Gem, which like they had
Yeah.
in Gen 5. So like, if we had Fire Gem, Delphox actually would have been probably top tier in Gen 6 because she would have been doing like flamethrowers or fire blasts into Fire Gem and then magicianing her shit, which would have been great. But they didn't. So I think that Psychic Noise triggering Throat Spray was intentional for her. I mean, the fact that they gave it
Fair.
to her kit.
I like that we say her as if like 75% of all Delphoxes aren't, or sorry, 87.5% of all Delphoxes aren't male.
Is that a real? Is that for real?
All starter Pokemon have the 7/8 chance of being male, 1/8 chance of being female, if I'm not mistaken.
Delphox is just like such a witch.
It's such a
Very
female-coded
feminine.
Pokemon.
Yeah, it's very feminine. So, and you are right. The 87.5 versus 12.5%. What is my naturally caught shiny Delphox? Where's my fucking switch?
It's probably a guy.
Now I gotta check because I actually shiny hunted this Delphox when in Scarlet they had it, so I want to know what my gender is. A lot of people say
Yeah, honestly, we've gotten a lot more like very gender-coded specific Pokemon in starters since like Gen 6. Like Gen 5 and earlier, you can pretty much argue that all of them could be whatever. But like Gen 6, you've got Delphox. Gen 7, you've got Incineroar. Gen 8, like
Cinderace
you've got
arguably, and
Cinderace.
Rillaboom extremely.
Yeah. And Gen 7, you got Primarina. Gen 9, not really. I mean, actually, no. Quaquaval is definitely a dude.
I don't. I would say that Meowscarada is more female than
See, I think Meowscarada could be either one.
I feel like for me it's the same thing with Quaquaval because I feel, like when I see Quaquaval dancing, I see like from Tekken that capoeira girl, the Eddie.
Oh,
Eddie
see,
Peace.
I see like very, very flamboyant, like Spanish dancers.
Now I can
Like
I can
male
see,
Spanish dancers.
Zach makes the comment gay duck. Now,
That
I
is
can
true.
See that. I can see that. You know, like yeah, I guess.
You know
not to
what?
get
You're right.
canceled,
Gay
but,
duck. Gay duck is the word that I would use.
yeah, I think that it's probably a homosexual duck. Yeah. Or what's the
Oh man,
scientific
you didn't get
word
to
for
see any of my lovely nicknames this week, because the only things that we got to see were my wheel and Belly Bolt, the silly little guy.
Yeah, I think it's probably a homosexual and Anatidae is the name for ducks.
Ah. I named mine after its corkscrew penis.
That would be a pig. Pigs have corkscrew penises. Weird.
So do ducks.
Weird. Ducks also. I thought they had.
Yeah. Oh no, they're terrible. They're awful,
I'm
man.
gonna look. I don't really want to look up duck dicks, but
Yeah, as you shouldn't.
I know that. Anyway, moving on. 5-0. Congratulations, Aris. Talked a lot about that match. Now this is a hilarious match because we got the screenshot Jordan. Like we got the live I don't know if we have audio because I didn't watch the match, but
There's no audio of Jordan, I don't think.
but we have like his image. And this is a treat, right? Like let's let's fucking work this out. I'm gonna kick it off.
Oh,
I think that he recorded properly, so we don't actually have to see him assemble a team for once. Sorry, Jordan. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, one, two, three, and go.
Hey man, we talked about the match a little bit. I
Good.
talked about liking the Glamora on turn one, using the meteor beam off the rip, offensive Glamora. I talked about Delphox being really,
We
really
went on a
situationally
whole
really cool.
tangent about
Like
Delphox.
I think we're doing great here.
We talked about Defiant boosts. We talked about the
Yep.
Bisharp. We talked about the water type Terra. We
Yep.
talk about we didn't talk about the match, bro. All right, now I can't even say his
All
image
right,
is
another
obscuring
turn
one
one shift
Pokemon.
tree.
His image at first was obscuring the Illuminus. We can't see all the moves. That's fine. Whatever, Jordan. Thanks. I'm just kidding. Did you put
Looked like he just clicked like follow me Trick Room.
Does it catch?
Go to bed. Just go to bed.
Talked about pronouns. We talked about
We're getting a lot of shit from a guy who didn't show up because he wanted to go to sleep and is still awake.
Right. And the guy that said something about let's see. Now this is the part where Jay Wade says bend over and says put it right there. And I'm not gonna say the rest, but we all know that Jay Wade is coded that way if it's a drinking game.
Hey yo. Calm down, buddy.
He doesn't back down from the rules of the game, okay? And then now
That
I
is
need-
so funny that the follow me comes out after the fake out.
I'm about to fuck Zach's whole day up.
Oh my god. Oh my
Man
god.
on fire. What age was she? Very young. Yeah.
All right, Jordan decides that since it didn't work on turn one, we're just gonna do it again. That'll be fine. You can only click fake out once.
You did this to yourself, Zachary. And we gotta ask. So Zach has lots of specific opinions about Dakota Fanning, and every time I think about Dakota Fanning, this is what I fucking see. I don't know about you, Speakman.
I just don't think about Dakota Fanning.
First of all, I don't ever think about Dakota Fanning, but I don't necessarily share Zach's opinion, right? 'Cause this is what I
mean,
see.
Okay, Zach, like, we do have a problem with clicking follow me every turn. Once, Trick Room is up and we can actually afford to click Flamethrower. So now it's, like, not nearly it's not, like, disastrous, but it's not good.
Look at him. Look at his face. No, this is versus SB, everybody, so a lot on the line here. You know, he is already equal skill with Selena. Does he want to lose to SB? Now, they faced each other in finals when Jordan got his chip, so...
Man, Shiny Melodic is so good looking. Like, that's just a well done Shiny.
Milotic was a great one. I still don't believe we should have put an asterisk on her. I think she should have been a
I kind of agree with that.
Should have been a non-asterisk mid-season Pokemon. That's how I feel. And I told him that when we did it. Oh, sweet. So, one of the crazy things about Brendan's recording is that it did not actually come with a screenshot of the results. Like his
Oh,
capture
oh,
card shit the.
the other fun thing about Brendan's recording is that it looks like dog shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it shit the bed at the end, and it like didn't even record the screen cap. Like it just was
Oh,
like.
it didn't.
No,
Okay, well I
it
know
like
the score.
pauses. Well, he just sent me the screenshot. It like
Oh,
pauses at the death of the last Pokemon, and then when it resumes, like even if the
the trainer
timer
cards
keeps
are gone.
going. When it resumes, they're at like the do you want to play again screen, and I was like, what the fuck happened here? I like ran through it 4 times before I realized that his capture card just shit the bed.
Yep.
Perfect. He did send me the screenshot though, which was one of the only screenshots I was missing from my screenshot collection. Which yes, I do collect all of the screenshots every week, even though nobody uses them or whatever. It's just about keeping as much data as we can for future seasons and the historical
I
records.
I just like. I mean, I take the screenshots most of the time, especially when I have the recording, because I'll just take the screenshots from the video itself.
That's what I do.
Yeah. But like sometimes I just won't bother with them. I'll do like the team cards for posting in the Discord, but
Everybody that records a match, if they
Mhm.
don't do, even if they do the screenshots, if they submit their recording, I take the screenshots myself from their recording.
Oh, wonderful.
And then
Yeah, I like to make the post, but I don't care enough to put the screenshot in the
yeah,
screenshots folder.
and that's what I think. I think the post should be made. A lot of people still don't even make the post anymore. I feel like it's the fanfare of it. We know that it happened or whatever. It's a little different when you have like the Thursday night fight night matches, because everybody saw that.
Yeah. Ty, you don't really need to see any of the moves that he's clicking. He's either clicking Expanding Force or Dazzling Gleam.
Sounds like I'm mumbling. Wow. Okay. Thanks, bro. Now I do need to get an audio controller for this computer. I think that it's this computer that's the problem.
Probably.
Because this is my older computer. It's not even my audio manager is not like as detailed, so I can't actually get into it. There used to be on my old setup, I had an audio manager where I could like increase my mic like sensitivity and shit. Let's see if I can do that here. Let's increase by 6 decibels. How about that? Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Yeah. I need to get a new headset because I bought this headset when I built my PC, and it's kind of crap.
So I've got a Steel Series headset that comes with this little like audio. It has its own audio manager, but not for like not input settings. It's for like volume
Dude,
and like.
the Steel Series software is one of the worst things I've ever used in my life.
So I don't know about you, but I was able to figure out the Steel Series software recently, and like the back end noise canceling helps a lot with my job. So
Fair
like
enough.
I'm able to like cancel out the background noise like a professional headset with the software. Otherwise, the mic is so sensitive that it picks up like everything. So like I have a love hate with the software. I made it work, but the Steel Series thing that I have, the cool thing is you'll notice over here, it does have a charge on the station on this ear, but over here it has a removable battery, and this shit comes with the charger stand has an extra battery and it charges on the battery. So you can like I can take this out and just swap batteries, and I don't ever have to recharge my headset. I just swap the batteries. And it also
Send me
has
the list. Send me the link for that. I
yeah,
might buy one.
and it also has a double input audio, so you can switch between USB 1 and 2 if you have two computers, which is ironically perfect for me because I do have two computers. So I link them up together, and then I can literally just switch to USB 2 if I'm on my other computer and keep the headset on.
Yeah, we didn't need to talk much about that match. There was a lot of expanding force clicking. Um,
Yeah,
just
it was one of those matches, and it was actually the fastest match, even though it wasn't the closest score. So we got 6-0, we got the 5-0, we got the 4-0. What do you think is next? What do you think is next? Are we on?
uh,
Are we on the train? you know. So let me pull up this Steel Series headset, but what
Send it
is?
to me after stream.
Okay, yeah, I will. I need to find that box anyway. So this is the next match, which is mine versus Ty. This is smack dab in the middle of the stream. It's not going to have great audio because I had to re-record it as I stated earlier. Now, anybody that knows what's happened in this week knows that I had to move, and then I had to move more and more and more, and I'm helping my mom move into the house as well. So lots of moving, and yeah, the week that I was supposed to plan for Ty, I made us a bunch of stickers, and I photoshopped my wife and I's wedding pictures into battle scenes, um, and that's what I did with my time. But um, but I still had to make a team for Ty. Zach helped me make a team, and I just ran with it. We talked it over a little bit for like maybe like I don't know, it was like maybe 20 minutes we talked about it, and then I made the team and I just ran with it. I did get a little bit of practice against Jay one night because he was up late and I was up late and we just like ran it, and that was cool. But yeah, this is the match, so I'm willing to go into it here. And Speakman, I did actually get that image of the thing, so I'm just going to send that to you now in mod chat. Now,
All
keep in mind, this headset my boss bought me when he was flush. By the way, they lost both their cars recently.
right. Ooh.
So, uh, I still have my headset though. Can't repo that. It's cold blooded. Anyway, you ready?
Yep.
One, two, three, and go. I didn't go with the lead that I had originally planned on going here because I was like, first of all, like I decided to stream it to people, and then like when we first started, I was going for the lead, and then first of all, Ty was late after we had already talked about it, and then didn't respond to messages, and then like he was playing on mobile hotspot, and we literally disconned before like I got to pick my team and then we were going into team preview and it disconned and because he was like trying to run Discord and the hotspot at the same time while he was on voice for Discord. I was like, "Bro, like what are you doing, Ty?" So I changed up my lead a little bit and I was like, "Oh, this is not that bad," but like obviously he's going to double protect or protect the villain because or not the villain but the Yen Mega for speed boost. Like that was obvious. So I'm gonna see if I can get my
This
swing
is
off
just
here.
not the right music.
Right, it's not. So you can actually turn the music off. I told you I had to re-record it. So he double protects, and I was like, I guess, I mean, kinda smart. Like he doesn't take any damage. He gets the free speed boost. He doesn't take a double hit on the one Pokemon, so it's pretty smart. Um,
I don't hate it.
and then now I'm like, okay, now I'll Stone Axe that fucker, whatever. And then we'll set up Tailwind. So he decides that he doesn't like Cleavor, and that's fine. And he goes to fucking Water Terra, hit Cleavor with Ceaseless. I don't think he does Ceaseless Edge even. He does Liquidation, I think.
As I
His
say, because
tailwind goes off
Ceaseless
before
Age.
me because he has the speed boost. So my thing now that Aqua Cutter, now that his thing has the tailwind boost, it does outspeed my Rabombi, which also outspeeds my Redenzione. And now my Rabombi can set up tailwind, but it's too late because Redenzione is dead. Should have protected there, honestly, but whatever. So this game is a great example of like not being able or not like focusing on the right things in the beginning. So it kind of gets into and this is what I was kind of talking about Zach earlier, like letting the belly bolt just hang around and do discharges and stuff like that. Like I'm not focusing from here on out on the right stuff. You can see I don't even really know where to go from here. I'm like who's killing this team? I don't really know. I kind of want to keep the Mandibuzz in the back. Do I want to fake out? Do I want to bring in this to try to get a free kill on something? I don't know. I don't know what to do. So, and again, didn't put a lot of time and effort into this one. So, we pull out the team. I'm just like, do we pop bomb? Do we thunder wave? Like, do I want to shut him down a little? Like, where am I going with this? I don't quite know. So I'm gonna end up choosing thunder wave, which is a decent move. I think it was probably a bad call. I could have got the pop bomb off, and that probably would have been a little bit better. But we didn't. And we go. He goes for the air slash, which we survive, and the pollen puff pops off, hits the dark blade, and we hit him with Thunderwave. So the pop bomb would have definitely killed. And then Speakman, you can take over for now. I got a call apparently.
Okay. Okay. So he just decides, fuck this mouse, I guess. Kind of shocked it wasn't a ceaseless edge there. But I do respect the trying to go for the kill on the mouse hold as soon as possible. I think it was a bad decision in the slightest, but now this this Neon Mega just kind of feels like it's got control of the game. Yanmega has been a seriously overperforming Pokemon, uh, especially these last 2 weeks of ours. Uh, Last week it did insane things, if I remember correctly, and then this week too, it's just living forever. Okay, that was a bad decision. I think that was not the greatest idea, but not really punished for it there. Yeah, I think that the correct play would have been to ceaseless edge with the Samurott. Or actually no, if you're protecting with the Samurott, I'm attacking the Rabombi slot because the Mousehold is always going to be attacking the Samurott slot. Yeah. Right, rest in peace, Rabombi. Yeah, no, I don't think that that was a great switch because if Ceaseless Edge ever gets set up, then the Mousehold dies immediately on switch, which could be advantageous. But with so few Pokemon left, I don't think that there's really ever going to be a time for you to do a clean switch in like that and actually have it be beneficial. If it was early in the game and you still had 5 or 6 Pokemon, then it's different. But I can understand that, like, at that point, you're just like, I think that this thing is going to be important in the late game. Uh, ooh, ooh, that's rough. Yeah, it's really not Samurott. I mean, Samurot's doing like a lot of damage, but I think that the real the real Pokemon that's putting in work is this Yanmega. Honestly, Yanmega is just doing so much, applying pressure. Uh, yeah, I think that that was a bad decision. So we've got the opposing tailwinds again. But yeah, Yanmega did insane work this game. The tailwinds pretty much always countering Ian's tailwinds. It applied really good pressure. Oh, dog, why are we trying to save the life of a very low HP paralyzed samurai? Oh, this is gonna go bad, huh? Oh, we're even terra ground. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be some damage. Oh, this is gonna be some damage. Yeah, that was a really, really bad turn. Uh, does Gallied even have priority? It's kind of like Vacuum Wave, right? Or maybe Mach Punch? I don't know. I expected some kind of priority move to take out the Garchomp, and then a Wide Guard. Yeah, Wide Guard would have also done it. But now we know that like we can never lose this game because frankly everything is very weak on Ian's side. We just got to do some damage. Just got to respect that the Mousehold exists on the board, and it's probably over. Oh, that did nothing to this bird. Oh my god. Friend guard and obscene special defense and yeah, good decision on making sure to kill the Mousehold because that's really the only thing that can deal damage to you. And yeah, at this point, it's just a bunch of Pokemon up against a single bird. This bird will live for a really long time, but considering its only attacking moves are Snarl and Foul Play, it's really not going to do a whole ton to this Sneasler. And we can just kind of pray for. And yep, that's what we were gonna pray for. Tire Claw, Tire Claw is one stupid move. Oh my god. I don't know who it is that decided, yeah, let's make a move on a very fast Pokemon that gets unburdened, and we'll give it a chance to do any status condition. Like, the planning that went into that was just non existent. And they made the Pokemon look like a homeless guy. Freeze is not a real status condition. Let's be real here. Okay, yeah, it can't burn. It can't burn. I'll give you that one. It cannot burn. But yeah, that was the match. Ty won by 3 off of what I can only describe as the world's shittiest internet connection. What do you mean we know? What the hell does that mean? 38%. 38% chance to what? What do you mean 38%? Make the chance a 38% chance? That's such a random number.
Whew, all right, there we go. That was that match. Fantastic play by Ty. Really more so just not respecting the lead there. I think I let the lead kind of get away from me, and that's what happened there. And then we got fucked over
Yeah.
by by Dire Claw, but that's what Dire Claw does, right? There's nothing wrong with
Yep.
that. So that is the thing. So good job, Ty. And then we'll move on to the next match here, which is Mike versus Corey. Looks like this one goes right into it. So no team previews or anything.
And straight into it with no team preview is like the most unsatisfying way. It's just jumping in with no foreplay.
Yeah, it's
Don't get
pretty.
to see anything, don't have any idea what the items are.
Yeah, pretty dissatisfying. But it is what it is. We'll take it. And we'll make the best of it. So I'm ready to kick it off if you are. These are the last two matches. Now again, we got the 5-6-0, we got the 5-0, we got the 4-0, and then we just got a 3-0. All right. So you all right?
I'm ready.
All right. 1, 2, 3, and go. Now I can turn this one up because this one actually does have song. The crazy part is the original recording for Ty and I is you can barely hear us for most of the recording, but you can kind of hear people whispering. And then at the end, 2 second, like 2 turns before the game is actually over, Ty messaged me GG, and you can hear me scream out, "Fuck you, Ty! Don't you fucking message me two minutes before the fucking game ends."
Do that as the winner. If you're losing, like, you can do that.
Yeah, if you're losing, you could be like, "GG, I lost," whatever. So I had to re-record it so there wasn't just a loud me telling Ty to go fuck himself on the fucking on the stream. But then I said it anyway.
Nah, dog, that's funny. I would have left it.
I thought about it. I got rid of the footage
I'm
though.
I'm really glad you all can't hear me during the games that I'm playing normally. Like, I'll stream them, but I'll deafen myself so no one can hear what I'm saying. And I'm always just laughing because all of my games have been RNG hellfests.
I have noticed
So I'm
that
just
trend.
cackling.
I've noticed that trend. Now, for those of you that are IT experts or into the field that I'm in, I recently got an Orbi, an Orbi Netgear Orbi mesh system. So I had an Orbi mesh system at my mom's house a while ago. I thought it worked great, so I was like, fuck it, I'll get an Orbi mesh system. We'll just run her and mesh system in the setup, and it fucking like was cutting in and out like the first day, and I was like, I'm in IT, maybe I set up something wrong. And I tried it like 4 or 5 times in different settings and never figured it out. So I returned it, got an Asus mesh system. The Asus mesh system never went down once. And then I started like researching. Apparently, like Netgear a couple of years ago got really shitty. Go figure.
Yeah. Yeah, Netgear kind of went downhill. This fridge is taking a lot of hits. I love Rotom, man. What a cool Pokemon. They really were just like, hey, how do we make, like, this Pokemon that we originally kind of almost classified as a legendary not, like, totally ass, but also make it very easily available and give you a lot of reason to run it. Because, like, regular Rotom, kind of but, like, all of the forms are actually kind of worth running. Oh, not the self-para. Not the self-para. Okay, maybe the self-para was good, because now we're under Trick Room. Yeah, he paralyzed his own Pokemon. The discharge paralyzed the Mienshao. Okay, so for this first turn, I don't think that he has made any wrong decisions. Like, I think I would have made almost every. I think I would have done the same stuff if Trick Room had caught up in this position. Actually, I might have protected the Rotom, but yeah, no, like I don't think that it's like that wrong. Well, now I see what we've done wrong by not noticing the Trick Room went up. Now I get it. Now I get it. Yeah, that's a bad combination of mods to send out if Trick Room is up.
Ooh boy. Did he
Yeah, that's
send out? Oh no.
Yeah. How did he not notice it when Bronzong went first? I'd have been like, there is no way that this Bronzong just went from going fourth for 4 straight turns to first. And something fishy ain't up.
Sometimes.
But also, that's why you just don't get distracted with significant others.
Oh,
Love makes you lose elo.
Do we know that that's what happened? Is that something?
Yes, that is a statement that Zach has posted in the chat as a direct quote. Apparently, at some point in this match, Trick Room goes up, and the other player didn't see it go up because they were distracted when their SO was showing them something, so they continued to play as if Trick Room wasn't up.
I don't know if you guys know this, but you can check the field, and should probably many times before you play, especially if you look away from the screen.
Yep. Also, again, as I stated, Romance, negative elo. Just be sad and alone.
Fair enough. I've suffered from that myself. Being a happily married man with a child and a second one on the way, my elo suffers constantly.
Jordan may have never clicked bite if, didn't have a wife and kids.
You know, the truth stings.
Why are we Terra Dragon on Garchomp? Why are we Terra Dragon?
More damage.
Why are we not Terra Steel? Or some other Terra that helps you defensively?
Sinistcha is a low-key mon.
Low-key? Nah, this mon's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
But like, also you have to be playing like the right team for it.
That's
Like,
true.
you need something that is good enough at actually taking that hospitality boost, like something that you want to like focus on. It's really good if you have a bulky setup mon. Like, I think Sinistra King Gambit is a kind of crazy combination. Uh, Jay, that pun is terrible. It's just terrible.
Oh
I
my god.
I hate it. I hate it here. I hate it here.
That would have gone over well, I think, on stream though, if you had like said it aloud.
Yeah. I think now is when you noticed, hey, Trick Room can be up.
Oh no.
Double protect!
Now? Oh my god.
You know what, Jay? You didn't
Audience is
ask
getting
for our opinions,
hostile.
but you got it anyway. You got it regardless.
We're the commentators. We give all the fucking unwanted opinions.
Just call us Statler and Waldorf.
Oh my god. Oh damn, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck them, right? They're not
Yeah,
on the
actually, fuck them.
they're not on the fucking call. Reject. End
Zach's
session.
supposed to be fucking asleep. This man's still talking. Can I ban Zach?
Yeah, go for it, man. Gonna go ahead and quit teams for now. Pull that up later.
Dude, Matcha Gotcha is actually just an insanely cool move.
Yeah, the
Like,
ability to burn when you do that is nutso.
It's spread damage, it heals you, and it can burn. Like, that's just a crazy combination. Like, it's rare when, Game Freak actually makes, like, moves that are just really, really, really cool and signature moves. Although, they've been doing really well with signature moves in the last couple generations.
The other thing is that usually, typically speaking, like, signature moves do eventually get spread around to other Pokemon, but there's been a couple that, one, don't make sense to spread because of like specifically Matcha Gotcha and potentially Pyro Ball. Like they don't really make a lot of sense to spread because they're so unique to that Pokemon. But
Yeah.
like I wonder what Pokemon would have to come out for them to like actually give it Matcha Gotcha, you know what I mean?
Sorry, Vacuum Wave and Polion is really fucking funny. That's just a really funny one.
Instead of
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. But yeah, Torch Song is another one. The spread moves of the Calyrex forms being
just
like
things
so uniquely tied to their like essence.
Yeah, things that just won't or shouldn't rather see play elsewhere.
Yeah.
And like it just makes sense that they're like that, you know? Yeah, it would be really weird for them to give like a random water or grass type Matcha Gotcha or something. You know what I mean? It'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, Jay, they've been giving signature moves to all of the starters since Gen 6. But they've been spreading out they spread out the ones from Gen 6 because it was Spiky Shield, Mystical Fire, and I guess Water Shuriken didn't go anywhere, but
no, Mystical Fire sucked when it first came out. Then they gave it like drop a stat, and it was like, okay.
No, it always had the drop a stat. It wasn't it wasn't playable on any other
No,
mod.
I think it wasn't
And
100% effective though originally. And now it is. Hang on, because it got better. It got better than it was.
I think it was just that it became available as like a move on Pokemon and not just Delphox, because Delphox was not very good when it came out.
Fire inflicts damage, lowers attack. Oh no, so it did lower the. First of all, it wasn't spread amongst a
Oh, it's
bunch of fire types,
65
and it
base
was
power. Oh
65
god.
versus 75 now. So like it
Yeah.
became like you could make the argument that like all right, the 75 makes it okay because I drop spec by one. You know?
Yeah, it makes it so that like it's worth running over flamethrower sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that was like 65. Like we didn't give a fuck about it beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Gen 7 is the first gen where all of the signature moves haven't been spread to something else.
It would be weird to see moves like Pyro Ball on Pokemon. You know what I mean? It's like such a specific move.
Bro, I'm still waiting to see if they give Water Shuriken to something somehow.
What's that?
Like it's the only one from Gen 6 that hasn't been given to another Pokemon.
And what's the drum beat
Drum
one?
beating.
Drum beating?
It's
Yeah, like
the speed drop,
I'm saying,
if I'm
but
not
like
mistaken.
they haven't
Yeah.
given that to anybody either.
They haven't given any of the stuff from the last three gens of starters to anything else yet. It's literally just the Gen 6 ones that's stuff that have been spread off. Yeah, Spirit Shackle would have been good on a Pokemon that wasn't Decidueye.
Like the Decidueye Hisuian.
No, like regular Decidueye. It like that mod's ass, unfortunately. Yeah, so we got a 2-0 on that one.
So he did bring it back a little, and he might have even, I don't think so, but he might have even won if he had realized earlier the Trick Room was a thing, right? Like it
Yeah,
was
I don't
close.
know if
Like,
he'd have won.
well, he definitely wouldn't have brought out those Pokemon at that time, right?
Yeah, 100%. But
So
I
like
don't think that he had a good
answer to the Trick
a
Room.
I just don't think that he had a good matchup into the Tyranitar at any point in that game. Once
I
it Terra flyinged, it just kind of took control of the game. Uh, and it was still good against everything else that Corey had. So like, I
now
don't know.
to
Maybe
Ty's
not
point.
wasting the Garchomp would have been better, but
To Ty's point, Spirit Shackle could have gone to Dillamise, and honestly, that Pokemon needs some love. And also, the Iron Shot or whatever the anchor move that it got, super
Anchor
fucking
Shot,
cool, super cool. That's a really
dude.
cool fucking move, and I wish that Pokemon had more. That was one of my favorite Pokemon when it came out too. I love a good Ghost type, and I love like Trevenant and Pumpkaboo, or I mean rather Gourgeist, I guess. Those are some of my favorite Pokemon. So like, yeah, there are definitely Pokemon that could have done from Spirit. Honestly,
Dude,
Trevenant with Spirit
Delmise has
Shackle,
3 stabs. It is 3 stabs. It's so good.
yeah. So, but it's also like not played ever because it's not
Oh, it's
good.
because its stats are absolutely terrible.
Yeah, honestly,
Unfortunately,
give Delmaze an evolution, and now we're talking, right? Like,
please.
anyway, that brings us to our last match of the week. This was a long fucking week. Let's skip to it. I think this is the last one, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason that I
Yeah.
chose this one, that last one could have been the last one. They're both, good matches. These last two. But one, I think that Corey underperformed, and we get the context now that he didn't know about the trick room, etc. So I think that was one playing factor, and then two, I considered this. This isn't necessarily an official rivalry match, but like I do consider this to be. First of all, they know each other personally. They're friends. I'm sure they've played Pokemon with each other, like just friendlies by themselves, and like this is Bosch's first match ever against Brendan in the PLC. So like this I felt had a lot more character for the final match of the week, and that's why I chose it. Not gonna go too into things here. I do like the safety goggles there. I guess he was anticipating. Do we have Rage Powder on Bosch's side? What was this?
He's got the Vivillon.
Okay, so he was maybe anticipating that. And then we got the grassy sleeves to trigger from. Okay, I see what he's got going on. He's got a little something something going on. He could have just easily brought, the psychic seeds, but whatever. Um, yeah, so I'm into it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, one, two, three, and go. If I had a nickel for every time Zach brought up my autism, I'd have one nickel.
That's one more nickel than you had 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Oh, yeah, this is Brendan. Okay. So,
this
heads
is
up, guys. I probably should have not
PowerPoint
made
time,
this.
boys.
Yeah, I probably should have not made this the last fucking match. So, like, Brendan's fucking capture card was absolute dick on this game. So, look forward to that. Sorry, guys. Forgot about that. I tried to get I tried to get the results, and, like, it literally just cashes out before the results happen.
So Josh's team has the actual best names of any team thus far this season. And I say that as the person who firmly believes that they have the best naming ability of all people who play in this group. Josh has the best named team of all time.
I've got some pretty good names usually. Like my Skeledoge is named Gaudi because it's off of the Spanish musician that Skeledoge is based off of.
Yeah, you make people think too hard about some of the names of your stuff. It's cool names, but man, we want quick in and out jokes.
I guess yeah. If you're gonna qualify them like that, we'll have different
I'm making
categories.
good stream content, thank you. Oh yeah, this match is unwatchable. This is unfucking watchable. The Tauros died. I can tell you that the Staraptor did it because I watched the match live.
Wait. So the match, the live footage of the match was not like this?
No, it wasn't. It looked perfectly fine when it was happening.
What the fuck, bro? Is this just Brendan's computer is shit somehow? I know he built a fucking gaming computer.
Yeah, Brendan's PC is good. His PC is better than mine.
It doesn't make sense because like all of us can and have streamed live to the chat and recorded at the same time. Like that wouldn't have an effect on it. Wow, this is absolutely unwatchable.
I think Brendan's capture card really did just like shit itself during this.
I wonder how he was streaming it to the chat. Maybe he had two.
I can tell you, I know how he
and...
streamed it. So he streamed it to the chat the same way that I do, which is doing the windowed projector and then casting the windowed projector.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, and like I didn't have any problems with my video when I did the match with Selena, which was the one that I streamed to the Discord and then posted the recording of. Other than that, I
don't even
like
see
my
the
other
point.
3 matches. I didn't record my one with you because you were playing.
Yeah.
I didn't record with Zach because I streamed it, and my recording for Dan's got corrupted because I just set up the capture card wrong when I built the new PC.
Wow. So I'm not even gonna. I'm sorry. No. This is straight up.
Not.
This is straight up unwatchable. We're not doing it. I'm sorry. I saw the score and I liked the players and I didn't actually watch the match, so we're just not gonna watch this one, guys. We're gonna call it here.
Sorry, everybody.
I will say that Bosch won. So congratulations to Bosch. Bosch won by two. Would have been a good match to see.
I I
Anything you want
will
to point out?
say that by watching this match, we watched this match live, and this game was not as close as the score dictates.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, the end game is just a lot of dark types against Armor Rouge. Uh, like, and the Armor Rouge doesn't have a fire type move.
Wow.
So like King Gambit kind of just got to like clean up the late game. And yeah, like the score is kind of low, but it's partially because the Staraptor is like brave birding everything in existence. Uh, yeah, yeah, it seemed close, but nah. I think that this was
Like this was
unfortunately
Bosch's
kind of a
game.
relatively rough 2-0.
So this was just like Bosch's game most of the time, but he like played it very recklessly, you would say almost.
No, I wouldn't even say that he played it recklessly. I think that he didn't really have a good way to keep the score up.
Okay.
But it wasn't like, oh, hey, he had to like make bad plays. It just a lot of his stuff had to trade in the middle game because if I remember correctly, Halucha just did a lot of work.
That makes sense.
Um,
It got the unburden boost.
yeah. But then once Halucha went down, there was just no answer to the King Gambit. It was just kind of an inevitability.
Wow. Okay. Well, so that is the end of the stream, guys. We'll talk about real quick. I just want to bring up. I know that that was kind of an abrupt ending. Sorry, but that was absolutely terrible, and I won't do it.
I will try and do a better job on vouching the recorded quality before we actually do the streams next week
Yeah.
because
No.
it looked
I
like
mean,
a lot of streams have been kind of lower quality or videos have been a lot of lower quality these last couple of weeks.
Zach's wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
But
it's a lot better than
this,
it was the other time.
yeah, but this was absolutely terrible.
Oh,
So,
absolutely unwatchable.
yeah, that wasn't even like I went to pee and I came back and it was still like frozen. It wasn't worth it. I'm sorry. And whatever. Fuck it. So last week was our midseason bye week. Now a couple players did play that week, like myself and Zach and Speakman and Ty. But that was last week was off, so we had it off, which is another reason we didn't have the stream. Also, I was moving. So week seven's coming up now. We've got the second half of the season. This is officially the second half of the season. This is after all of the moves were made with midseason. So for those of you who have never played Pokemon League Championship before or watched any of our streams during midseason or anything of that nature, the way that it works is you get a normal wire weekend at the end of week six, which is a one drop, one trade. So you can add drop from the wire and then you can trade one player. And that's before the midseason opens up. Then the midseason actually opens up that Monday through that Friday. It goes for a whole week. You get two of each, so two ad drops, two trades. And usually the ad drops are done within the first like 10 minutes. But you have access to the mid-season stuff that time. So at that point, you're at a 3-3 potential moves, and then the weekend following the mid-season, you get another 1-1. So you get a total of potentially 8 moves if you take advantage of every single move that you have access to. You could change up.
All those moves are done by now, though. The
Right.
wire is closed.
The wire is done. Yeah, the wire is totally done. So the wire is done. I just want to say that going from week 6 to week 7, players had access to a total of 8 Pokemon changes, or rather, 2/3 their total team could have completely changed in the midseason wire. And some players had a total change. Like Phil went from like 0 to 60. Phil went from a pretty shitty team to like a pretty fucking good team really quickly. Um,
7 moves.
yeah, literally nobody contested him for rain. Like he got perfect rain out of the gate with Quillfish as the buffer. So Archaludon, Pelipper, Quillfish, like crazy pickup to be uncontested too is insane. Um,
And he got Scizor too, which is just
yeah, he got Scizor in
an
a
insane
trade,
mon in rain too.
which was crazy. So like, yeah, it is a really familiar team, isn't it, Jay? I'm sure you appreciate it. So he got like crazy, crazy team change, and a lot of other players got some. I got some really cool shit too myself. So like we went through some changes, and then we're going into. Shut the fuck up, you bot piece of shit. Sorry, a bot just posted another thing. Also, yeah, subscribe and like the stream if you guys do. Apparently, I actually do get money from Twitch sometimes, so subscribe. But these are the matches for next week. Everybody has totally new teams, and we're going into the second half of the season with full power. So very exciting stuff. So first match, SB versus Selena, battle of the S boy versus the S girl. For those of you that don't know. The S it used to be the Battle of the S Boys. It's fine, whatever. Battle of the S Boy versus S Girl. That's what it is now. Stop posting about Overquill. God damn it. Mike versus Justin. So that's an interesting one. I hope that gets scheduled properly. I know that sometimes it's not the easiest to get a hold of Justin, and Mike is not one to chase people. Jay Wade versus Dan. So that is no Zach. You fucking God damn it. I was just fucking with you, Ty. Relax. Um, Jay Wade. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jay Wade versus Dan. So that should be a cool one. Dan is still undefeated. Now Jay Wade has performed very well this season. He's not undefeated, but he has beaten and come close to beating. He beat a former champ. He's come close to beating another champ. I think he beat somebody else too that was a former champ. I think he beat Jordan. I'm not 100% sure. But Jay Wade's had a really cool season, so it's a mixed bag for him. But he does have the potential, skill-wise and team-wise, to take Dan down from a peg. So will Dan keep his win streak going? Who knows? We'll see. Jalen versus Jay. Um, Jays. So good matches. Hopefully that's a good one. Speakman versus Brendan. Now, hopefully we'll get Speakman's recording here. Um, but
Oh, I already told Brendan I'm recording.
that should be a fun match. You guys know each other, and you'll be doing a roulette this week, I imagine.
Oh, 100%. We're rouletting the rest of the season, including playoffs if I make playoffs.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as you with that myself. But that brings us to Brian versus a Reese. Now, this a little bit of a not really like a rivalry, but there's some history there, so that should be an interesting match. And then myself versus Bosch. Now Bosch, probably one of the most professional match schedulers I've ever seen. He hit me up last week to talk about this week upcoming and was like, "Hey, we're off this week. Let's, go ahead and get our scheduled match." And then like we scheduled it for Thursday because I wasn't having boys night, but then like turns out we might do like a remote boys night. So I was like, "Hey, can we reschedule? If not, that's fine, but I will probably be drunk." And then he was like, "Yeah, we could reschedule." So we rescheduled. He's been a fantastic scheduler, and he said, and I quote, "I learned from Brian's mistakes." Now he said it in all caps, but then he was like, "Oh, I accidentally had caps lock on." I was like, "Would have made sense if you hadn't clarified, even." Like, I would have accepted that.
Nah,
So
fuck scheduling with Brian.
yeah, yeah. And him versus Aris. Aris hates scheduling with Brian, specifically for what we know, and will not. Aris has in the past like almost been like, I'm not reaching out. He's got to reach out to me. Like it's such bullshit. But so I'm sure I'll get some messages about that this week. But me versus Bosch should be
100%.
fun. And then oh Jesus, Ty. Yeah, that's gonna be a chore for you too, I'm sure. Um, and then we have Corey versus Ty. Now Corey has been having kind of a decent season. He's been going back and forth. He's no slouch, right? He had some decent changeups this season or this mid-season. Ty also got some good changeups. Now Ty is doing way better than he's done in past seasons. I think this is Ty's best performing season. Not that he's performed poorly uh, systematically, but I think this is his highest performing season. So, um, you know, I think he's the favorite to win this match, but it would be cool to see what Corey can do, and I would hope that Corey can pull that home. But who knows? Ty's been doing
Wait,
really
Ty,
good.
you're 5-1. Holy shit,
Yeah,
dude.
Ty's doing really good this year.
That's
So
crazy. Good on you, man.
yeah, he this yeah hands down his best performing season. Now Phil versus JG. that should be interesting. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen there. Phil got a whole rain core. JG made some good changes too, but Phil's team is like really good now. So we'll see what happens there. Um, and now Zach versus Jordan. This is a. I don't know if this is necessarily a rivalry match, at least on the books necessarily in terms of historic matches, but this is a good match. They always play well together. And Zach, relax, buddy. Just give the man a break for a second, all right? Um, but yeah, this is a battle of champions. So Zach versus Jordan, both former champions. Obviously, Zach a multi-time champion, Jordan just a one-time, but that should be a good match. And Jordan's actually been doing really well this year, and Zach has been doing. No offense, Zach. Zach has been doing probably his worst this year. I think this is Zach's worst performing year. So that will be an interesting match to see. Um, but yeah, that's it. That's the end of our week 6 stream, guys. We're going into week 7 strong. Zach made the whole stream somehow, and it won't be too tired to go to work tomorrow, I'm sure. But anyway, we'll see you guys next week for week 7, and that'll be the second half of the season. We'll see you guys there. Thank you so much to my co-host Speakman for joining me.
Y'all have a good night.
We appreciate you guys coming. We'll see you next week, and like and subscribe. I guess that's the normal thing, right? See you guys. Peace out.